Okay, hello everybody, hello guys, how we are doing? Okay, um, I will try as much as possible to make this video very quick and understandable. I don't want to make it so long like the previous one. This is kind of a part two of all the continuation of where we stopped on our previous class on our previous class was on Forex um, foundation. So today we're talking on Forex terminology, and we're talking on currency pair, base and quote currency, major, minor, and exotic pairs, bid, ask, and spread, pips and points, lot sizes, micro, mini, standard, leverage, and margin. So I want to be very fast. These are very simple concepts in Forex. We just have to be able to maybe watch the video over and over again and grasp the dictates of what they are, leverage and margin. So this is just a quick revision of what we talked about the other day. We talked about Forex trading. So this is I just want to do a quick revision for us. All this forex means foreign exchange, buying one currency and selling another one. So you are buying one currency to sell the other one, like euro USD. You are buying euro and you're selling dollar, or you are selling euro and you're buying dollar. So that is just a buying and selling of currencies. That's why they are trading in pairs. So they are trading in currency pairs. Is a global decentralized market, and we talk that forex is not gambling, that forex is a profession. It's not gambling. It's a profession that you have to give a professional approach to make the best of it. I also discovered that it is the global marketplace where currencies are exchanged every day by banks, institutions, and traders, like the retail traders, the hedge funds, and the rest. So you can go back to that video and probably watch and get some informations again on the Forex Foundation. So today we're talking about currency pairs, the base and quote currency. So currencies are always traded in pairs. They are always traded in pairs. They are always in two. You will never see just USD or just Euro or GBP. They are always together. They are always in pairs. Currencies are always traded in pairs. So we have the base currency and we have the quote currency. It says Forex trades currencies in pairs. Example, we have the Euro USD, the GBP USD, USD JPY, SAU USD. So that is if they are always traded in pairs. Let me see if I can show my face more. It's not showing. I don't know if maybe it's the lights. Sorry guys. Okay, I think it's a bit better now. So let's continue. This is 4 a.m. Just want to make this video. So example, we have the Euro USD, GBP USD, USD JPY, SAU USD. SAU means gold. So the symbol for gold is SAU USD. So one currency is exchanged for another. You never buy money alone in forex. So once you are trading in the forex market, you are exchanging. Just like you are going to, like what I said in the other video, you are traveling to the United States of America. You know, in America they use dollar as their means of buying and selling, which is their currency. They use dollar. You can't go to the United States and you want to use naira over there. You are going to use the dollar. So once you get to their exchange bureau, you give them your naira to buy the dollar. So if you, for instance, you went to the exchange bureau with 10,000 naira, they will give you an equivalent of that money in their own currency. I think currently a dollar is 1.5 or so. So they are going to exchange it for you and give you the worth of your 10,000 naira or 100,000 naira in dollars. So that is why it's traded in pairs. So that one is USD NGN, which is Nigerian naira, USD slash NGN Nigerian naira. You get it? So that is how it works. That is how it works. So they are all traded in pairs. Euro USD. When you are buying, if you are placing a buy on Euro USD, you are saying that the euro will get stronger while the US dollar will get weaker. So that's why you are buying. So as you are using your USD to buy the euro, so you are saying the euro US is going to get stronger, then the USD, the euro is going to get stronger, then the USD is going to get weaker. Then so you place your, that's why you are placing your buy. If you are selling, you are saying the euro is going to get weaker and the US is going to get stronger. So that is just it, and they are traded in pairs. Now the base currency is the euro. Like you can see the image, the picture here, euro USD. The base currency is, let me zoom it. The base currency is the euro, while the quote currency is the USD. You can see it there. So the base currency is the euro, while the quote currency is the USD. Sorry guys, let me. So the base currency is the euro. The base currency is the euro, while the quote currency is the USD. So that is how it's being paid. So the base currency is the first currency, which is euro, while the quote currency is the second currency, which is the dollar. So example, euro USD is trading for 1.1000. It means you need 1.10 USD to be able to buy 1 euro. That's what they are trying to tell you there. You need 1.10 US dollar to be able to buy 1 euro. Now the base currency is what you are buying or selling. Very important, take note of that. The base currency is what you are buying or selling. What you are buying is the base currency, is what you are buying or selling. Then the quote currency is what you are paying. So when we say USD NGN and you're traveling to America, the base currency there is the USD. The quote currency is your NGN, Nigerian naira. So you are using your Nigerian naira NGN to buy the US dollar. So the base currency is what you are buying or selling, which is the USD. The quote currency is what you are paying with, which is the Nigerian naira. I think that is clear and understandable. I don't know what is wrong with my stuff. I'm trying to make it the way it was before. I don't know. Comment. Oh boy. So sorry guys. Let me go back to it. Okay, so as we were saying, so the base currency is what you are buying or selling. The quote currency is what you are paying with. So I think that's very simple to understand. Now we have three main types of pairs in forex trading. Three main types of pairs. We have the major pairs, we have the minor pairs, and we have the exotic pairs. These are the classification of pairs. They are what we use to grade the currency pairs in forex market, so that you don't just trade everything. These are the ways we know what and what to trade per time as a forex trader. Now let's start with the major pairs. Now the major pairs include USD. They include the USD. So any pair that has USD, they are regarded as the major pairs. They are high liquidity. They have low spread. They have high liquidity and low spread. So any pair that you see that has US dollar, it means that pair is a major pair. And one thing to notice that major pairs they are seven in number rather. There are seven now. We have seven major forex pairs. Seven major forex pairs. We have the Euro USD. We have the USD JPY, which is Japanese yen. We have the GBP USD, which is British pound US dollar. We have the USD CHF Swiss franc. We have the AUD USD Australian dollar US dollar. We have the USD card. We have the NZD USD New Zealand dollar. And USD. So there are seven in number. We have seven major forex pairs. Seven major forex pairs: Euro USD, USD JPY, GBP USD, USD CHF, AUD USD, USD CAD, and NZD USD. So there are seven. So any pair you see that has USD pair to it is a major pair. So pay attention to that. Any pair you see that has US dollar pair to is a major pair. And these are the main pairs you should be trading as a beginner trader. These are the major pairs you should be focusing on. Don't go to minor pairs here. Don't go to exotic pairs. Focus on the major pairs. They are enough for you to start. Euro USD, USD JPY, GBP USD, they are enough for you to start trading. So these are the major pairs. Then we have the minor pairs. Now these are the few key characteristics of minor pairs. They don't have no USD. So any pair without USD attached to it or pair to it is a minor pair. They don't include the US dollar. Now they are often found from the most liquid currencies like the euro, GBP, Japanese yen, AUD, CAD, CHF, New Zealand dollar. So examples of minor pairs, we have the Euro GBP, AUD JPY, GBP CHF, Euro CAD, NZD JPY, GBP AUD. So these are the minor pairs. So you can see that these pairs are not paired to or pair with the US dollar. So the difference is that for major pairs they are paired just with the US dollar. Now minor pairs are not paired with the US dollar, but they are paired with other major currency pairs. They are pairs with the GBP, AUD, JPY, and the rest. So an example, we have the Euro GBP, AUD JPY, GBP CHF, Euro CAD, just like that. But I want you to notice that they are not paired to the US dollar. They are also paired with yen crosses like the Euro JPY, GBP JPY, CAD JPY, and so on. So they are all called minor currency pairs. They are called minor currency pairs. Take note of that. Take note of that. Then we'll move on to exotic pairs. Exotic pairs. Exotic pairs. Now, exotic pairs, I will advise that you don't even go to those ones because they are very, very they 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 can just destroy your account. Their pairs are not really traded that much in the forex market because the the countries or country currencies they are paired with, they are very, very low countries. They are countries that are still trying to gain their strength. in the forex market, so they are not really traded that much in the market. So as a beginner trader or as a trader, you don't have anything to do with exotic pairs. Just focus on the major pairs and move to minor pairs only. Now, exotic pair is a combination of one major currency pair and one currency from a developing country, e.g., USD ZAR, then USD NGN. You can see it now, USD South Africa Rand or USD Nigerian Naira. So these are pairs that they are called exotic pairs. They are major pairs that are being combined or paired with a, a pair from a currency from a developing country. So you don't have anything to do with exotic pair, just leave it, just add it here for the knowledge sake. So beginners should focus on major pairs because they are cheaper and more stable. So leave exotic pairs. Now we have what is called bid, ask, and spread in the forex market. So these are just terminologies that you just have to know, because sometimes when you open your some of your broker or your trading platforms, you'll be seeing bid, ask, spread. You won't, maybe sometimes you will not see buy, sell, and the rest. So what is a bid? It's a simple one. Bid is just, it means selling price. Bid means selling price. So once the what price are you bidding this pair? It means what price are you selling this pair? Then ask means buying price. So your ask price means buying price. The bid means selling price. So it's just simple. Bid means selling, ask means buying price. Then spread is the difference between the bid and the ask, which is the difference between your selling price and your buying price. So what is spread? The spread is what your broker make. So the broker you are using, the spread, which is different between the buying and the selling, is their own percentage, the commission they make from the trade whenever you place a trade. So what is a broker? The broker is like your bank. It's like the middleman between you and the trading platform. That's your broker. Is what enables you to be able to place trade and do transaction in the forex market. Because the truth is, without the broker, we the retail trader cannot really place trades in the forex market, because we will not be able to have the enough capital needed to place a trade. Because for you to make any transaction in the forex market, it requires a lot of capital, but your broker is there to help you with some leverage that enables you to trade in the forex market. And as time goes on, we'll talk on leverage. So that is spread for you. Spread is what your broker takes as their own percentage in your own as their own percentage in the trade you are taking or you are making. Now, example, bid price, which is your selling price, can be 1.1000, and your ask price can be 1.1002. So the difference between your bid price and your ask price is 2 pips. So the percentage of what your broker are taking in that transaction is 2 pips. That is why you notice that whenever you place a trade, if you are placing a trade as a trader, you notice that whenever you place a trade, the first thing that happens is that you are always on a loss. You will see that it will always show negative red. That red is showing that your broker has taken their own spread from that transaction, from that trade. So once they're taking their spread, then when the market starts going your way, you will start entering profits. So that's why whenever you take a trade, you are always in a loss. It doesn't matter whether you've seen that this thing is supposed to be showing profit, you are always in a loss. That loss is the spread your broker is taking at that moment first. Your broker they will always take their own spread first before you begin to take your profit. So the spread is how brokers make money. Like what I've explained earlier, the spread is how brokers make their money. You always enter a trade slightly negative because of the spread. Yeah, it's what I just said. So you always enter a trade slightly negative because of the spread. So that's for bid price, ask price, and the spread. Very simple form of understanding. Now we'll talk about pips quite in our previous video, but I didn't really explain that much. So I said I'm going to touch on it in this present current video. So pip and pipette. Now, um, for pip, the smallest standard price move for a currency pair is what we call the pip. The smallest standard price move for a currency pair. Currency pair is what we call a pip. So pip is just like the how we measure the movement in the market. It's just like the steps, walking steps. How we measure, like for humans, we measure our steps by walking. Then in the market, we measure steps with pip or pipette. But your focus should be the pip, because pipette is not really we don't really pay attention to pipette. What we pay attention mostly is the pip. Now, historically 0.01% or 1/100 of a percent is what we check. I will explain that more. So most pairs, example the Euro USD, a move from 1.1050 to 1.1051 is 1 pip, which is the fourth decimal place. So for Euro USD, it is in the fourth decimal place. Pay attention to this, guys. For Euro USD, it is the fourth decimal place. Like here we have 1.1050. So the where you check your pip is the fourth decimal, which is the 0 after the 5, 1.1050. So that last 0 is your pip. That last 0 is your pip. Then it now moved from that to 1.1051, meaning the trade has moved 1 pip, which is the fourth decimal place. It has moved 1 pip. So you've made 1 pip in the market. The market has moved 1 step. That is 1 pip. Then for JPY, this is for Euro USD pairs. Then for JPY pairs, e.g. USD JPY, a move from 100.10 to 100.11 is 1 pip. So for JPY pairs, it moves in second decimal place. For Euro USD, it moves in fourth decimal place. But for JPY pairs, it moves in second decimal place. So let's take note of that. For Euro USD pairs, it moves in fourth decimal place. For JPY pairs, it moves in second decimal place. Now pipette, we have the fractional pip stroke point. Like I said, this pipette is just like, it's not really that important. It's just like a 10 pipette makes 1 pip. 10 pipette makes 1 pip. So people, it's not really that important. It's not really that important. But in some cases, when you open your broker or even sometimes trading view, you will see Euro USD can be reading 1.10500. This is 1 2 3 4 5 1050. So this is in 5 decimal place. But your focus is on the fourth decimal place. The fifth one is your pipette. Sometimes you see it very small. You can see sometimes you open your MetaTrader 5, you will see something like 1.1050. Then you see a tiny 1 or 2 on top. That one is the pipette. It's not really that important, so you don't pay attention to that one. You pay attention to the last fourth decimal number or the last second decimal number, JPY pairs. So that is just pipette. That is just for pipette. It's not really that important. It's the fifth decimal. It's already found in the fifth decimal place for Euro USD pairs and the third decimal place for JPY pairs. But like I said, it's not really that important. So focus on your pip, because your trade is measured in pip. Your profit is measured in pip, not in pip. And your loss is measured in pip also, not in pipette. So key differences and use of pip and pipette. Pips are the basic unit for calculating profit and loss, while pipette provides super fine detail for spreads and ticks. So pipette is what the brokers use mostly for their calculation of spread, but it's not important to you as a retail trader. But for you, what you need is pips. What you need to understand is pips, because you calculate your loss and your profit in pips. So when the trade moves like 10 pips, when the trade moves like 10 pips, and maybe you're using a loss size of 0.01, that is like $1 for you. That's like $1. If you trade move like 10 pips, that is like $1, and you use a loss size of 0.01. So your calculation of profit and loss is in pips. Modern trading platforms often display pipettes as the fifth decimal place or third for JPY pairs, giving traders a more precise view of market shifts. So that is just for pipettes. Profit and loss in Forex are calculated using pips. So profit and loss in Forex are calculated using pips. That's what I said earlier. Like from this image here now, we have 1.12971. You can see that this one is carrying 5 decimal places, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's carrying 5 decimal places. Now the 7 that shows 7 pips. The one is showing 1 pipette. Like I said, it's not really that important. The 9 showing 90 pips. Then the 2 is showing 200 pips. So your focus is the pips, not the pipette. So let's pay attention to that, guys. Okay, let's move on. Now lot size. Lot size. Now in Forex, a lot size is the standardized quantity of currency, currency unit traded. A lot size is the standardized quantity of currency unit traded, determining your positions, value, pip words, and risk. Common sizes including standard, which is 100,000 units for professionals, mini lot size, and micro lot size, which is 1,000 for beginners, with larger lots meaning higher potential profit or loss, while smaller lots offers more controlled risk. So lot size is very important for you as a trader, because it is what determines how much trade you can make in the market. Now, common for a lot size, we have the standard lot size, which is 100,000 units for the base currency. Each pip movement is worth about $10. So let me explain this. For lot size, if you are using a standard lot size in your trading, and your pip moves one, maybe you are in a trade Euro USD and you make like 1 pip, that 1 pip can give you $10 if you are in profit, and also that 1 pip can make you lose $10 if you are in loss. So but the truth is, standard lot size is not always advisable, because if you are using standard loss, I mean you are using one lot size for your trade, it's too risky for a beginner. You blow your account in no time, so it's not advisable. It's advisable to use micro lot size, 0.01 lot, as a trader, as a beginner trader, which is 1,000 units. Each pip can give you about 0.10 cent, 0.10 cent. From there you can grow. So we have standard lot size, we have mini lot size, which is 0.10. This one is 10,000 units. Each pip movement is worth about $1. So you can risk, if you have the funds, you can go for mini lot size, which is 0.10 lot, 10,000 units. So for this one, for each pip movement is worth $1. So you can use 0.10 lot size. Then for micro, but for beginners, it's good you start with micro lot size. For micro lot size, 0.01, which is 1,000 units. So each pip movement is worth about 0.10 dollar. So each pip movement you have 10 cents. So for 10 pip movement you have $1. So that is how it was. So that is for lot size. So lot size is what determines how much you can make, and how much every pip you make in the market is worth. how much every pip you make in the market is worth. So, but it's advisable to start with micro lot sizes. Start with micro 0.01 lot. I'll make a practical video of this also to back this up, so you will see where your lot size is, how to set your lot size, how to place your trade and everything. So let's move on, guys. So these are and this is just an image of lot size. We have standard lot, which is 100,000 units. The volume is one lot, and the pip is $10. So for every one pip your trade make, you either make $10 or you lose $10 if you're using one lot size. Then for many lot size it's $10,000, it's 10,000 units, and it's the lot size 0.10, and for every pip movement you either make or lose $1. Then for micro lot is 1,000, 0.01 lots, and $0.1. So for every pip movement you make 10 cents. So that is just how it works. So why lot size matters? Why do we pay attention to lot sizes? First is risk management. Choosing the right lot size is crucial for controlling how much you can lose or gain on a trade. So lot size helps you to manage your risk properly. If you are using one lot size, it means you must have a very huge capital, because you need 100,000 units to be able to even push that trade, and for every pip movement you make $10. So if your account is not big enough, maybe you just move like 10 pip movement, which is 10 times 10, which is $100, and your account is not that big enough, you will lose your account. So it's very, very important to know the lot size to use in our trade. So first is for risk management. Second is p value. It directly calculates the value of each price movement in your account currency. Then margin. Larger lots require more margin deposit to open the position. So margin is like your own deposit to be able to place the trade, because the leverage is what your broker is giving you, but your margin is the amount you are depositing to be able to place a trade. So if you are using 100,000 lot size, it means you are going to have a bigger amount to be able to place a trade. So that is your money. So you have to check your lot size to be able to know how much to deposit. So for a beginner who doesn't have a lot of capital yet, it's advisable you use the micro lot size to start with. Now how it works: you don't buy individual currency units, you buy in these predetermined lot sizes, each is 0.01, 0.1, and 1.0 lots. For instance, if you trade one standard lot of Euro USD, you are trading 100,000 euros, and the price of one pip movement will be significantly larger than if you traded a micro lot size. So let's pay attention to our lot sizes, and it's advisable you start with a micro lot size for a beginner. Now leverage and margin. I talked a brief on leverage and margin, but let's go more in detail. Now in Forex, leverage is the borrowing power from a broker to control a large position with little capital, magnifying potential profits and losses. So leverage is like you borrowing money from your bank. It's like going to your bank. Let's say you're using Zenith Bank or UBA Bank. You're going to your bank to say, okay, I want to buy this house. I have um I have 1,000 naira, for instance. I need um 100,000 naira from you guys to be able to buy this house. So that is what you are doing with your broker. You are borrowing money from your broker to be able to place a trade. Now margin is a good faith deposit, a small percentage of the total trade required to open and maintain that leverage trade, acting as collateral. Higher leverage lower margin needed, but also greater risk and losses are calculated on the full position size, not just the margin. So what does this mean? Your margin is the amount of money you are depositing as a trader. So now your broker has given you a leverage. You've borrowed the money, but you have to still deposit your own money to be able to place your trade. So you now have the leverage from the broker. Then you need to deposit your own money also to be able to place the trade. So that is what your margin is. But you must understand that even though you have, let's say you have $100 as a trader, and you have the leverage of $2,000 from your broker, you cannot use, and you place a trade, you cannot use more than your $100 for your trade. The leverage is just giving you an edge to be able to trade more, use more lot size, but there's no way you can trade more than your $100. So if you are in a trade, for instance, and you've lost your $100, even before you lose your $100, they are going to give you what we call margin call. They will take off the trade because you are not going to use their own $2,000 in the trade. The $2,000 is just an edge to be able to trade more, but you can't lose it in the market. So when you are losing, it's an edge to be able to make more profit and also lose more also, because when you are losing more and you've lost your $100, they will close the trade for you because their own $2,000 cannot be lost in the market. It's just an edge to be able to trade more, but you can't use it. Just like you want to withdraw it, you can't withdraw it. Just like the bank is giving you a loan in your account, you can't withdraw the money, but the money is there, but you can't withdraw it. But they are saying you can use, they are saying if you bring 10,000 naira, you can use this money plus this leverage to purchase this thing while your 10,000 naira is still there. But if you lose your 10,000 naira, they are going to take their money from you and you can't use their money. So something like that. So that's just how leverage and margin is. Leverage is what you are borrowing from the broker. Margin is the amount you are depositing personally to be able to place your trade. But note that their margin, you can't use it, you can't lose it in the market. The margin gives you the leverage gives you an edge to be able to make more money and at the same time lose more money in the market. So it's a two-edged sword. So it is your skill that determines how well you use it. So that's for leverage and margin. So a tool from your broker that lets you control a much larger trade size than your account balance will normally allow, often expressed as a ratio, e.g. 50:1 or 100:1. So that's what leverage is all about. So if you have a $10 account, that is $10 times 50. So you cannot trade an account worth $10 times 50 or $10 times 100. So that is what the leverage is all about. Now how it works, 100:1 leverage means you can control 100,000 in currency for every 1,000 in your account, 1% margin. So that is it. So if you have 1,000 in your account, you can control an account of 100,000, meaning you can buy something worth of 100,000 with your 1,000 naira account, meaning you have $1,000, but you can purchase something of 100,000 because of the leverage. But when you are losing, you can't lose more than your $1,000. That's the thing you must note. Your $1,000 is what you will still lose. The leverage, the broker will not allow you to lose their money. They are just giving you as an edge, because we retail traders, we don't have enough funds or capital to be able to purchase or trade in the forex market. So they are like the middle people, the middle banks, helping us to place our trades in the financial market. Now the impact is that it magnifies your gain and losses. So a small price movement can result in significant profit or loss related to your margin, but losses can exceed your depot. So that's for that. Then let's move on to Still on margin, the actual capital you must have in your account to open a leverage trade is the broker security deposit. Determined by your leverage ratio. So now the function is that it ensures you have enough funds to cover potential losses. If the market moves significantly against you, you might face a margin call demanding more funds. So if the market moves against, maybe you're on a trade and the market is going against you and you are losing your deposited capital, which is your margin, the market will demand a margin call, meaning you need to deposit more funds. But if you are unable to deposit more funds, you are going to close the trade for you because you can't use your own leverage in the trade, so you don't lose it. So that is just it. So the leverage and margin, they work hand in hand. Leverage is the ability to trade big, and margin is the deposit required for that big trade. So it's very simple. So for you to control a $10,000 position with 10-to-1 leverage, you need $1,000, which is your margin. So they just work together. So using high leverage requires less margin, but dramatically increases the risk of quickly losing your deposited account. So you must be able to pay attention to the leverage you are still using as a trader, so you don't lose or blow your account. So I say I'm going to make the video quick. Just go through the video and just understand what we've talked so far on Forex terminologies. Thank you very much for following through. I'm going to make a practical video on everything I've said very soon. I'm going to release a practical video on your leverage, lot size, pipette, and everything, so that you can see for real everything we're talking about. So we are going more and more into the practical aspect of this forex trading thing now. So in subsequent videos, we'll be receiving more and more of practical videos. I'll be doing videos on practicals, how to place a trade, how to connect your broker and your MetaTrader 5, how to use trading views, technical analysis, fundamental analysis. So everything they will be coming up. I think we are almost done with the theory aspect. So those part of the videos will be coming out very soon from now henceforth. Thank you very much, guys. Do have a great time watching the video. This is King Roy. Follow me on all social media platforms. I'm on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. Roy on all platforms. Thank you. Bye for now.